So you're looking at this is the scene here in Shanghai, and right now we make this convention center and also the largest convention center as a makeshift hospital right now here in Shanghai, and very soon we will bring you at a group of doctors. Right now you're looking at, actually we are the medical personnel from Wuhan, and if you still remember, we are from Wuhan Tongji Hospital, and we also this time joined here with all the other participants in Shanghai to give our contribution to the COVID-19 efforts in Shanghai. And we talk about right now, you're looking at this is a very big area, that's a convention center, and we also sent a very large team, including 343 people just only from our hospital, more than 300 doctors and nurses, and also the people in nosocomial infection management all joined our force here in Shanghai. And here looking at, there are more than 1,320 beds available here, and just in W2 hall. And also a very specific section actually that's preserved, dedicated for children. And we talk about the asymptomatic patients will be stationed here. So far, we have 349 children and 791 adults stayed here in W2 session. So for our job, we're receiving new patients coming in, transferring the patients to the hospital, or we also will see that patients be cured and also free from this area, from this makeshift hospital. And besides the clinic doctors, we also have a group of people giving psychological consulting service. So far, we could see that the patients stationed inside and a quite good life here. We're receiving the treatment, and children also have a comfortable time inside, and we all have a strong confidence in fighting against COVID-19 in Shanghai. And we talk about that's a very specific parent-child ward available here inside this contemporary hospital as a makeshift hospital. We talk about our W2 makeshift hospital. Originally here, this is the Shanghai New International Expo Center, and you talk about the role played by makeshift hospital. Here we collect the patients with asymptomatic symptom or a very mild symptom, and we also invite our team leader, Madam Guo. So give everyone a little bit the knowledge about the nursing job. So this time, we sent also the nurses to the W2 session, and we also worked with other medics from other hospitals. So far, everything is very smoothly, and started from 8 p.m. yesterday. We controlled and also to manage all the work here entirely in W2. So right now, W2, right now our Tongji Hospital have all the medics there to provide treatment and service to the patients. So our viewers maybe want to know more about life inside this makeshift hospital. So we talk about W2 ward. That's a very special one. That's a parent-child ward. So talk about this specific feature. Anything special? Talk about their daily life. Anything different? So we talk about W2. One of the biggest difference we talk about here is a parent-child ward. So more than 1/3 of the patients actually are children. So these children are accompanied by the parent. So we talk about one bed for the parent and the children's bed just next to it. So that's also can let the parent take better care about their little one. And also the medics also play with the children every day, and we also give toys to the children. So we talk about that by playing games, playing toy with them. That's also kind of the way to treat their symptoms. So we talk about that their day-to-day life, their psychological situation, and also their study. That's all our job. For the little ones, we talk about like formula and also other daily necessities. We also counted that all these diapers, we talk about formulas, all these necessaries that we counted every day to see that whether we have enough the supplies in our inventory to make sure that we have enough food for the little one. So to my colleagues back in Wuhan, please set assured we have every reason to believe that we will for sure and win the battle against COVID-19 here in Shanghai, and the team will come back with victory and safe. Thank you. So just now looking at this is our Madame Guo from Tongji Hospital. And we talk about for nurses, we also have the nurses from the pediatric department. So talk about right now your feeling this time. We talk about W2 once again. We mentioned this. This is the parents and the children ward. So this is a very special one. So based on my previous working experience, I believe ODs helped me to know how to get along with the parents and the children. So far I could see they are very positive. And also the parents give us great support and very cooperative. So you're from the Department of Pediatric Surgery Department. So anything different? So for my department, one of our key jobs actually is to give operations to the little child. We talk about the children inside the W2, the ward shift, the makeshift hospital. They don't need operations for sure. So for our job, actually right now is shifting, our focus of job shifting to more providing care and taking care of the little ones to see whether they need formula, whether they need more food, and also play with them. And also, I would like to say a big thank you to the team here in Shanghai because they take us very well. Thank you very much. So for our medics, just now looking at this group of doctors and nurses, they worked inside this W2. They just finished their work and received our interview. And also we have the chief nurse of the pediatric department, Madam Chen. So our Madam Chen on the phone. Would you please introduce a little bit a bigger picture about how the life inside the W2 and also your actual observations this time in this parent-child ward? I talk about like this time actually is a very sweet setting. We talk about this is a parent-child ward, so that you could see that the few children have the psychological issues because actually one of their parents stay with them, and also if they feel anything uncomfortable, especially spiritually uncomfortable, and we provide different ways to stay with them. So first, don't add negative mold to the little ones. So for our staffs, our children, our staff, and also children's parents, we talk about they should stay calm, stay positive. So that's very conducive to a psychological situation of the little ones. Once we found that the little ones actually not really in a good mood, we first accept and acknowledge that it's normal that you may feeling that psychologically or mentally uncomfortable. You don't deny it because that's happened very naturally. So first you say, okay, understand, that's acceptable, it's okay, it's normal, you have this kind of feeling, just say it. So when they say all these out, we could know exactly what caused them feeling uncomfortable mentally, and then we can solve their issues. For kids in different age group, they have a different way of thinking, and also we should put ourselves in their shoes, use their language to talk to them, and also very importantly, stay next to them. For the guardians and also the working staff inside, make sure that the children keep their normal day-to-day routine. And that is why actually we provide a lot of different studying sessions, and also prepare different books, musics, that's children's dramas. So we have a lot of different things prepared for different age groups. So for the kids under age 3, we provide the actual service that's actually we're giving them hugs. And for the kids between 3 to 6 years old, so we actually ask the parents to do reading with them. So that's help to shift their focus to different subjects. And also for the kids, the adolescent, we pay more attention to their details, especially that a very subtle change in their mental health. And we also have a very specific experts from the psychological department to provide this treatment to the children. So we talk about we not only focus on their physical health, we also focus on their mental health. So we also provide a day-to-day care to them. So we talk about for sure at the very first time you accept and meet at everything they show to you, and also show your love and care. And also if we see that the little ones, when they are good to leave the makeshift, but they're mentally not prepared for that, we also have the experts to deal with this kind of situation. And also for the kids back home, if they need service, we also have a group of doctors providing online service to them as well. Thank you very much. So we talk about that for our medics. We not only take care of the physical health, we also talk about their mental situation is also under our focus. Right now, it's still a critical situation here in Shanghai. We also invite Mr. Xu Chuan from the nosocomial infection department, so to talk about how we can protect ourselves. So, Madame Xu, in our day-to-day life, so we need to protect ourselves well and also protect your loved ones. If your loved ones, your family members, we also want them to stay away from the COVID, right? So you need to protect yourself well. And also to make sure that don't wear the same mask for really longer time. And for the disinfection, make sure that you conduct ventilation on a regular basis. And also make sure you clean your hands frequently, and also your working place, your living place. So looking at what we have here, this is a group of a makeshift or fabricated white rooms. So we talk about, first of all, that inside, that's a makeshift hospital. That's originally here is a Shanghai New International Export Center. And looking at inside, that's the places to receive the asymptomatic patients. And looking at all these white rooms, we talk about that's actually for the medics. We talk about for a setting of a infectious disease that we divided a setting into 3 places. We talk about that's the ward, that's the this containment area, and also the containment area. We talk about that for medics, all these white rooms actually for us to clean ourselves. So we actually follow that setting to deal with the infectious disease. We talk about that all these 3 kind of levels of areas actually is a very good way to protect our staff. Actually, you're looking at, we are right now standing. We talk about here is what we say a clean place, and we talk about the contaminated place. That's the makeshift hospital place. We're not coming out through the same way as we get in. So we talk about that. You're looking at all these white rooms. They are the semi-contaminated rooms. So for all these white rooms, that will be the place we clean ourselves to clean. That's the protective suits. And also we talk about that's the very important place to protect our medics. And also it's a very busy work day to day. That we have the meetings inside, and also we have meetings with our headquarters back in Wuhan. So we have quite a happy job here because we make our contribution to treat patients. And also we have Mr. Cui from rehabilitation department of Chongji Hospital, and we talk about that this is a way we pay back to the Huashan Hospital from Shanghai, give us great support. Because back then, at the very outset of the situation in Wuhan, the doctors and nurses from Shanghai rushed to Wuhan and believe this is our time, it's our way to pay back to them. So we come here and make our contribution to treat the patients. Yesterday, we officially worked inside this makeshift hospital. For my job, it's more for the logistic work. So we check the supplies. We talk about treating patients is very important. Controlling COVID is very important, and also making sure we have enough supply. So it's very important. So we talk about with strong backing by the country and by our headquarters that we will do everything we can to treat the patients and hope that Shanghai will back to their normal life. I want to achieve that dynamic zero in a very early day. So back then in Wuhan, worked with the Huashan team in Wuhan. And this time, have you met any colleagues? That's the Huashan hospital team actually stationed in one of our campus in Wuhan. Back then, my job also for coordination communication. So we had a really smooth working experience. So that's a very good memory. And also we talk about OD medics worked in the hospitals back then in Wuhan, that no one actually got infected. That's a great news. We believe right now Shanghai needs us, so that's why we came here. So once again, set ashore, don't worry, we're here, very safe. And also want everyone to take care of yourself. And for my kids, for the older one, make sure you do your homework. For the little one, listen to your mom. Thank you. We talk about it because we know what the hardship was. So this time we came here to prevail over the hard time here together with the medics in Shanghai. Right now we saw that our medics just coming outside makeshift hospital. Mr. Lu Yanjun from the psychological health department. So I worked inside its W2 this morning, and we had a team with 7 medics. So I first checked the ward with other medics to check the patient's situation. So we have a very clear working process and also very good chemical going on among the teams here. So just finish your shift. So share with us the latest inside the makeshift hospital. So the W2 session we talk about is a parent-child ward. We have that's the 4 to 5 years old one, or their grandparents that's 60, 70 years old. And also we prepared diapers in enough stock so we can meet the little one's needs. And it's very quiet inside. Someone is listening to the music, especially the younger ones that very behave. They listen to the music or reading books. So just stationed inside for 6 hours. We talk about here this time in Shanghai. Actually, temperature is quite high, and also we saw you just came out and actually it's all white. And also have another medics, Madam Zhang. And today is my first day inside the makeshift hospital. I'm quite amazed that the great efforts made by the people in Shanghai. You're looking at it in just a very short time. This is actually very well equipped makeshift hospital. I believe that with the concerted efforts of Shanghai doctors and nurses, with the doctors from other places, we will for sure work together to treat patients and restore the normal order of Shanghai. We talk about a fever clinic. That's your previous a job in Wuhan. And here in Fangcang, for the makeshift hospital, we also saw patients with fever. You treat the patients the same way. So back to Wuhan, from a fever clinic. I talk about that here. We talk about here. You could see that age difference is really big. We have the very younger ones and also the elderly ones. So here actually we provide more a psychological service to the patients. We talk about here that a patient stationed inside, actually their symptoms very mild and also very stable, just like a normal cold. So it's very soon they could be treated. Anything else? Stay strong, Shanghai. And also, Madam Yan. Madam Yan Wenjing from Tongji Hospital. From surgery department. So after your day in makeshift hospital, what's your feeling here? So we in charge of session A of W2. It's ODA adults. But this afternoon, you know what? Actually, the two children that came to us and chatting with us. And show us that very dynamic Shanghai to us. So that the two little ones ask us that you're tired, you're okay. So maybe you can sit and we can talk and also sing to us and also dance a little bit and also actually draw a picture of Bing Dundun to us. Anything you would like to say to the headquarters in Wuhan? So hello to all my colleagues in Wuhan. Don't worry, we are very good here in Shanghai, and let's cheer for Shanghai together. So just so the medics finish their shift inside the makeshift hospital, and we also have doctors and nurses right now working inside this W2 hall. Hello to all from Tongji Hospital. My name is Cui Jinrui. And once again, here is the Shanghai New International Expo Center, but right now it's shaped to a temporary hospital. So what's your job today? So yesterday, we worked inside the makeshift hospital, had some handover with other teams. So we are the first group of the team to station inside makeshift hospital and also to have some the handover work with the original group inside. And we also had meetings to talk about anything that's very urgent, top on our agenda. For today, I'm in charge of the pharmaceuticals. I check the available medicines. So the whole team, right now we stationed in a hotel. So we talk about that we actually experienced ODs back then in Wuhan. So we actually know exactly how we do in terms of nosocomial infection protection. So we actually checked very detailed about everyone's nosocomial precaution work. So we talk about how to get on, get off the shoes, how to put on, put off the masks. We talk about ODs. Actually, we emphasize so many times. It's very important. We talk about the nosocomial work in terms of the working process. Also the life inside the hotel. That's all covered by nosocomial infection precaution. So actually, you could see that the nosocomial management covers all our life here in the makeshift hospital and also in hotel. So once again, let's look at W1 makeshift hospital. That's right now managed by another hospital, and W2 right now is under the Tongji Hospital of Wuhan. It's our hospital, and also another team from Hubei. It's also one of the hospital from Hubei in charge of W3. And looking at actually there are 5 hospitals. So Hubei team and also team from Tianjin in charge of all these 5 makeshift hospital. And looking at the far from us, the another hospitals that's from N1 to N5 as under the management of team from Jiangxi. And also looking at the other side as E1. As the place for OD medics to stay inside, rest inside, and also our meeting room also inside. You're looking at the building of E1, actually quite stand alone. So that's the place that is designated for the medics. So this is the temporary hospital in Shanghai, and this is originally the new International Expo Center in Shanghai. Right now, it's built as the makeshift hospital. And also there's the news. Actually, it's a mobile testing booth, which is innovated and also modified by a Shanghai resident. That's really helpful to the medics. That save a lot of time and energy for us to travel in different communities.
我是来自同济医院血液内科的戴翠。今天呢，我们是代表我们院参加，管理的是那个国博的一个方舱医院的一个病人。然后我们进去最大的
Madam Dai just finished her work.
非常的就是配合我们，就是我们来的时候还比较担心，就是说可能会有点别的方面的事情，但是我们进去之后，确实是病人非常好管理，而且非常配合我们。
We talk about that the patient inside very cooperative.
病人的那个感受啊就会更好一点，就是他的
That's a
病症状
very
的明显的话
encouraging
个人
news
感
to
受就是
us.
跟
I
可
could
能
see
是
that all the patients are
就
very
是正常的
cooperative
隔离跟居家是
compared
一
to
样
the
的，而且
makeshift
有的病人
hospital
跟
back
我
in
们处的
Wuhan.
非常好，
Actually,
有一些
that's
小朋友
quite
啊跟我们一
different.
起聊天
The
什么的，
patients here in
主要是影响
Shanghai,
不
they
是特别
really
多，
mild
但是呢，他
symptoms.
们
So
也
for the
非常
patient
的轻松，
inside,
并不是说因为小朋友多就吵闹
they
什么的，
just feel
反
like
而
they're
是
at
跟
home.
家长啊一起啊，然后我们一
And
起
we
做游
also
戏
talk
啊，
about
都
the
要跳
DA
舞呀，
little ones.
然后家长
Actually,
呢
also
就
we
是
have
也
a
通过
really
这
good
种方式
time.
呢，让孩
We
子
talk a
那个
lot.
性的压力得到一定的释
And
放，和解
also
压，
there are
然后我
many
们也觉得
children,
我们
but
的
they are
工作
really
非常
naughty
非常的有
ones.
意义，
They
就是不仅能让
behave
病人
themselves, and
能够
also we
就是
play
在
together,
这
dance
个
together,
方舱里
and
面
sing
卸压
together.
力，而且呢就是能够
So we
更好
hope
地
that
融
this is
入
a
这
really
个
good
大家庭
way
来，然后
for
大家
them,
一起走出
for
这个比
us,
较
and
困难
also
的时刻，
help them
我
to
相
deal
信
with
上
the
海呢
pressure
肯定
inside.
会非常非常快的，而且大家一起都非常快的走出这个疫情的，上海加油！
So we talk about inside, that's a very big family. I believe that we'll for sure overcome the hard time in Shanghai.
我说的不是很标准啊。
我来了之后，上海的同仁教了我一句上海话，谢谢侬，谢谢你，谢谢侬。
哦，这个我听到了，我听
So
到
I
了。
also learned the Shanghai
然
dialect.
后我后来我的同事跟我说，就是说他说谢谢你，因为就是那里面病人都非常非常的好。
Sashanong in Shanghai, that's the Shanghai dialect. That means thank you. In Mandarin, that's 谢谢. In Shanghai dialects, that's
担心我
Sashanong.
嘛，但是我也天天跟他们视频，打微信电话，他们也就是比较放心我。希望
Anything you would like to say to your family and colleagues in Wuhan?
早点回去从。
So my parents quite worried, and also actually I had a video call with them every day. So they also wish that the Shanghai will see the lights at the end of the tunnel at a very early day, so we could restore the a normal way of life and working here in Shanghai. And also thank you everyone to give us great support.
我们在入住方舱后需要戴口罩吗？还需要测核酸吗？
进入方舱之后，肯定也是需要进行那个日常的一个标准的一个防护。
So one question is that when people like we work inside the makeshift hospital, we need to wear masks.
核
Yes.
酸就是我们那个按照我们第9版的指南来说的话，核酸检测
And you need to
是
test
很重要的
yes,
医院标准的
100% tested.
这个完成核酸检测是能够让患者
So we talk about our PCR.
去检测他是否是否还有新冠病毒的一个重要的
PCR testing, that's a very important way. And also for the patient station inside, also need to wear masks. And also one of the a standard of the freeing from a hospital is that they need to pass PCR.
这个带小孩
So we talk
进入方
about
舱
that
我
to
可能
patients.
可能这一个对我来说的话，
Feeling, I know you are will be a Bob to be, right?
爸爸毕竟
And seeing
老婆
feeling
小
to
孩还在
you.
肚子里面还没有生下来，所以说这一块的话，我可能就是没有那么多深切的一个感受。徐老师，我想您的感受可能比我更加深刻一点。
You know, I'm really agreeing hand.
理解这些家长的心
So
情，以及理解社
talk
会上
about
一些非常关注我们
I
的
not really have a lot of
大家
experience.
放心，我们一定会照顾好我们的孩子，照顾好我们的宝宝，同时也照顾好我们的家长。
So we really understand the parents' feeling, and also we know that the society
老师，您先做一个
put
自
a
我
great
介绍。
attention
大家好，我
and
是来自于
this
武
very
汉同济医院
special
的肖阳
parent-child
是
ward.
来自哪个科室？
And don't
我
worry,
是
we
老
take
龄科
them very well.
今天是刚
And
从
we
厂内
also
出来
see
我们看到您的这个身上已经全部都已经汗湿了，来
好热好
给一
热。
个远景的镜头。
Madam Xiaoyangcun.
您刚从这舱里面出来。
So
觉得
I'm
这个
from
舱
the a department
因为我今天是第一
of
天
the
这个班
a
但
geriatric.
是我是觉得整个
You could see
不管
it's
是从硬
just
件呐，还是物资啊，都还
all
是很充足、很完备
white.
的。
So we
然后
talk
因为
about
我之前是在武汉有，
I-
我是第一批
this is
进入
my
方舱
day
的
one
医护人员，所以我对
inside the
这个流
makeshift
程还是比较
hospital.
熟悉
We talk
所以我
about
进去之后
that
就很快的能适应自己
he
的工作。
is very enough sufficient. The sufficient supplies inside, and for myself, actually, I was among one of the first group stationed inside Wuhan makeshift hospital. So for myself, I'm quite familiar with all these
很
sightings.
可爱，跟我唱歌，然后跟我拼比
So actually, I had two friends. We are really good buddy, and one is around 7, 8 years old, grade 2. Another is grade 5, 10 years old. 10 years old. So they also sent their drawing to me as a gift. And also that actually my little ones also the same age. You could see that because it's where the protective suits, you could see nuts.
好的，好的，好，
最后给大家一起加个油。
加油，同舟共济，共同守护。
Because we put on the protective suits. And also, once again, we emphasize so many times about the nosocomial infection management. So let's stay together and also fight together.
好，大家好，我是来自同济医院呼吸内科的曾梦萍，然后我现在在方舱的职责就是感控护士，今天是刚刚是第1天的一个感控班。
Hello to all. From Tongji Hospital. For myself, actually, I'm in charge of the nosocomial work. I'm from the respiratory medicine department. So right now I'm working for this nosocomial purpose. So we talk about nosocomial work, actually very important, very crucial. We talk about virus, actually is contagious. We need to protect our medics so well, really tight. So we have a dedicated nurse to check everyone's nosocomial practice. So we talk about for medics, they need to put on and off all these protective suits. We have a really strict standards against it. And also we have the way of the procedures, how to put on the protective suits, how to put out, take off. And also the nosocomial nurse will put a very close eye to check everyone's practice. So we talk about actually taking off the protective suits is the most risky one. So we talk about that a contaminated hand. You only can touch the outer layer of your protective suits, and also when you take it off, and you need to make sure that you only can touch the outer layer of the protective suits. Good luck, Shanghai. And looking at another group of medics. Right now they are having a meeting, and also every day we have a different DA work, and also we talk about the nosocomial practitioners give us very clear requirements on our day-to-day work.
老师来，我们的镜头来先做个自我介绍。
大家好，我是同济医院产科赵丽。我今天负责的是那个感控管理，然后。
So this group of doctors just finished their shift today.
工勤人员那个什么？工勤人员。
Madam Zhao Li.
不是，我们是负责工勤人员。
From originally from the obstetrics department. Right now here in Shanghai, worked as a nosocomial nurse. So we actually provide the guidance and help, especially to the people not medics, but they actually the frontliner. So they are from the third party. They help to deliver a medical garbage. that's also kind of the exposure to virus for them. So for our nurses, actually also to provide suggestion to these group of people how to put on and take off protective suits, because this is something so new to them. So we also have specific nurses to provide help to a third party first line staff. So for a third party staff working inside and outside makeshift hospital, that's all our job coverage. And you know what? My parents still don't know I'm right now working in Shanghai. And also my elderly sister asked me if I'm in Wuhan. I didn't reply them. So I'm very safe. Don't worry.
我是同济院肿瘤科的女技师，然后我在这边现在目前主要负责的工作也是就是为舱内的老师们服务，就是看一下他们有没有些什么生活的需求啊，然后帮他们准备。
Hello, my name is Li Jingxi. Originally from the oncologist department. Right now, I'm also the logistic nurse. So for your job is outside the makeshift hospital. So we talk about a medical team here. It's not just including nurses and doctors. We also talk about all these medic staff. So for my job is provide the logistics service to our medics working inside. So make sure they can work safely and they have enough supply to protect themselves, and also to make sure that they also have quite the inconvenient way back to the hotel and their transportation and their food all prepared by us. So looking at, let's take a group photo so we can send this photo to our loved ones back in Wuhan. Once again, looking at this is group of doctors from Wuhan Tongji Hospital. Right now, they are working in Shanghai to give support to their colleagues in Shanghai. And they're working in this Shanghai New International Expo Center. That's a parent-child ward opened on Monday evening at the temporary hospital. And we talk about back then in 2020, a medical staff, medical colleague from Shanghai rushed to Wuhan to give them help. And this time, it's a turn for the doctors and medics from Wuhan to pay back to Shanghai. So we stay together. Shanghai, stay strong.
老师，我们今天的各位网友，由于时间的关系，我们今天的直播到此结束。
So looking at these just group of the medics, they finished their shift, their work today. And that does for today's live stream. So once again, this is our W2 hall. That's under our management, under Wuhan Tongji Hospital.
好，谢谢大家，我们今天的直播到此结束，大家再见。我们在这里一定会好好的保重好我们自己的身体，争取早日凯旋，战胜疫情，加油加油加油！
Bye, and we will take ourselves well, and we will stay safe, work safe, and I hope Shanghai will back very soon to normal life.